Yeah, open it up for questions. How's that?
You excited for this tournament to start off the 2020 part of the calendar year?
Yeah, and obviously the seeds are coming out right now, so I'm sure there's a lot of people wondering what the heck's going on. So just to kind of give everybody a recap of what we've got in front of us here, we're taking a full roster of guys to Southern Scuffle along with 5 red shirts. We've got Aiden Reeves, we got Ramazan at 133, we've got a couple guys at 65, Mulder and Shoemaker, and then we got Broderson at 84 as far as unattached red shirt guys. And then we're taking a little bit different lineup. We're only taking right now kind of on paper 3 starters, and everybody else is going to stay back here and train. So Chase Straw and Gannon Gremmel and Joel Shapiro will all fly out to Chattanooga today and tomorrow. And then we got a bunch of guys that get a chance to wrestle the national level tournament, that guys that haven't been in there. I think we have 11 attached and 5 unattached, and those names and weights will probably be out there by the time this gets out there. So it's a great chance for those guys. I'm excited. They've earned that opportunity to get there. The rest of the guys, we're going to stay back and train. People might be scratching their head as to why we're kind of doing that or doing things a little differently. Basically, if you look at our schedule from January 9th to January 31st, that's 22 days, if my math's right. We got 8 dual meets in 22 days. And so that basically means we're doing a dual meet every 2.5 days. And that's hard on your body. So you got to be ready for that. So those particular 7 guys that we didn't take along with us, I just felt better to get those guys really prepared for that. The 3 guys that we're sending don't have any weight issues, don't have any things that kind of grind guys out throughout the year. So just being a little calculated, making sure that we're our very best when we get on a plane. I think we get on a plane January 8th, go out to Utah Valley, got a dual meet on Thursday, then we got 3 dual meets on Saturday in Tempe, Arizona, and then we turn around and come back here, and we got something on Friday and Sunday and Friday and Sunday. So we just need to be ready for the grind.
So of course you guys are bringing 3 starters, Straw, Shapiro, Gremmel. What would a good showing at the Southern Scuffle do for them, especially heading into Utah Valley and the Sun Devil duels?
Well, I think mostly all 3 of those guys, I think, just need matches right now. Gremmel competes really, really well, and he seems to really improve the most, like a lot of people, but Gremmel especially seems to really improve the most when he's competing. We get the most out of him when he competes because he competes really well. We're trying to get a little bit more of that out of him in the wrestling room. So to me, to go get a chance to go get 4 or 5 matches was really good for him, and he's excited about that opportunity. And I think those other 2 guys, Shapiro and Straw too, I think we just need matches at those weights. And yeah, you want to elevate your ranking and all that kind of stuff, but you want to get better wrestling, and competing for those guys is what we just felt was best for them right now.
Broderson had one of the better first halves in terms of an
Sure
unattached wrestler. So what can this tournament do for him as he is improving in this is redshirt year? Yeah,
you know what? He had a really good start. And the crazy part with Julian Broderson is the sky is, I mean, he hasn't even reached even close to his potential yet. He's got kind of that special it factor. He competes hard. There's a lot of things that he's got to get better at in wrestling. As he gets better at leg attacks, his skill set and his ability to pin people is special, and it's really hard to learn once you get to college. So, his high school coaches did a really good job of getting him that skill set. So he's got a really special skill set coming into college that's made him real successful. If you've noticed, that guy's a pinner. But as he cleans up and starts getting leg attacks and really gets solid with a couple leg attacks, he's gonna be one hard dude to deal with.
Do you have any updates on Jarrett's injury that kept him out of the Chattanooga duel, and when will a decision be made on the plan for Austin Gomes?
Well, Jarrett's getting clear. He's cleared to train again, so he'll be back on the mat. We just got off of 3 days of training. Today's our day off, and we'll train 3 more days in a row, and so Jarrett will be back in the mix there. And then it's just going to be to see how he progresses. Obviously, he had some time off to get it was a minor strain there, and so we had to get it strong and get the trainers and the doctors feeling like he was ready to compete again. So he's ready to go as far as training. As far as when he'll compete, we'll just have to see how sore he is and how he progresses. But the good news is we're going to have him in there, we think, sooner than later. Maybe maybe on the West Coast trip, maybe not. We'll just see how it progresses. And then as far as Gomes, I think he's going to get cleared on January 2nd to start going live again. He's been training, he's been cardioing, looks really good. I think he could probably be ready to go, but we got it with concussions. Of course, there's a lot of formalities there. So I think by January 2nd, January 3rd, he's going to be able to start getting on the mat. And the plan right now with Gomes is just to, we're going to have the opportunity to get a medical red shirt, which will give him 3 years left. We're going to have Austin Gomes and Ames an extra year as a student athlete, which isn't a bad thing. And I think he lived and learned a lot through this process. He did not do a great job with his weight management in the off season, so we're looking for some maturity out of him. And he's a guy that trains really hard in the room, but he's a guy that needs to understand that he needs to be just as committed to the sport outside of the room. So I think he learned a lot, and then I think he's gonna, sometimes unfortunate situations turn out to be the best situations, and I think that's what's going to happen with Austin Gomes. And I think we also found out that we got a pretty darn good guy in Todd Small right there, and so we're fortunate to have that kind of depth. And Todd Small's, he gets on a roll. That guy could sky's the limit for him as we go through January and February.
So will we see Gomes in some of those open meet?
Probably not, because I don't know if they're going to release him to compete right away. He's probably going to get to start training, but as far as competing, I don't think they're going to let him do that yet. I think it's just one of those things that we do have to baby along and make sure that we're making good progress there. Because the one thing about those is when you start getting a bunch of them backed up, then all of a sudden there's a point where the doctor says, hey, guess what, you're done. And we don't want to get to that point. So we're going to be real smart with him, and everything looks really good though right now.
Thanks, guys. Sweet.
All right.